Jordan, guess what?
What?
We got our first sponsorship.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy.
We're no longer degenerates.
I know, isn't it amazing? I'm so happy to be working with Podcorn.
That's right. Podcorn is a service in which podcasters can go directly to advertisers, basically. There's things like a Parks and Rec podcast where I guess they talk about Parks and Rec. One of my favorite shows of all time. I'm glad Jordan's finally watching it.
It is really good. With Podcorn, there's no middleman, so you can reach out to the brands that you want to work with for your podcast directly to them. You can select whether you want to do a post-roll, pre-roll, or however you want it to incorporate in your podcast. You can. You can even set your own price. Say, hey, I want to do this price for a pre-roll, etc., and then they can kind of counter-offer you, and you're really working directly with them. There's not, some person in the middle being like, well, my client wants X amount of money, yada, yada. You know how much time it takes for you to do your ad reads and brand workings and stuff like that. So it's a really wonderful service.
Yes, and for more information on that, you can click the link in the description of the video or the podcast, depending on what podcast service you use. And once again, thank you to Podcorn.
On this week's episode, TikTok makes video games. Enjoy the show.
How's everybody doing out there on this lovely, it's Monday for us. It's Tuesday for you. So Tuesday, my name is Ryan Smith, and I'm joined as always by my co-host Jordan Sims.
Hello, beautiful people. How's everyone doing out there? Hope well.
Hope well.
Hope well.
I guess I hope well too.
So I can finally tell you what I've been playing, because you've been asking me all day what this game is.
Oh, PR. He has it abbreviated in our notes as PRBF. Wait, PRBFTG. Oh gosh, it's some kind of TCG. It's some kind of card game, isn't it?
Power Rangers.
Oh,
Power Rangers Battle for the Grid.
is this? Which one is this?
It's the fighting game that we talked about last week.
So it's not the mobile one.
No, I have played that one in the past, but this one, I randomly watched
This is the one that's going to be on at Evo.
Yes, which is the reason why I bought it, I think yesterday night or the night before, and stayed up probably until 3 or 4 a.m. playing it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is a blast. Also, it's on sale right now for, I think, $12.
Where did you purchase? Steam?
Mm-hmm. Because I can use it with my Xbox controller as well as my fight pad.
Is that what you were playing while I was writing the notes?
I had to get
scumbag.
I had to get through more of the story. It doesn't operate. So there's a couple lag-ing issues when it comes to playing on my Surface. But
well, you are playing on a Surface, on an old Surface, I might add.
I think this is a Surface 3 maybe or something like that. The Weeaboo stickers I put on the back did not give it any more power.
I'm gonna take my jacket off.
Yeah.
I think I might be making noise with it, so I don't want to.
Nah, it happens. But yes, I randomly bought it because I think...
I'm definitely making noise now.
I bought the game because... Jeez, man. I bought the game because Steam was like, hey, this is on sale.
Yo, man, you want to waste money on another fighting game?
That's right. But it is really enjoyable. It made me smile and laugh and cry. Not really cry, but, the story's really legit.
So have you been playing the story mode, or?
I played a lot of arcade last night, and then I played some of the story today. And then I was going to jump into ranked before we started recording, but you were giving me the green light, so I figured I shouldn't jump into ranked and do a super deep dive into that.
I wonder how many players they have.
I'm not sure, but it's really unique in every fighter, or I guess Power Ranger, has a really different moveset, and they all really, it seems balanced for what I can tell, as far as the characters and everything like that, and it's really, really fun. I've been really enjoying it.
I mean, their logo is so cool. I wanted to play it just because of that.
Yeah, so I had to pick it up because why not? And it is nostalgic and super legit. I'm excited to start playing more of it.
I never was hugely into it. Power Rangers, that is. I liked it, but I wasn't the biggest fan. I was always more of a Ninja Turtles fan.
There's just something about Power Rangers, man. I just have always loved it. And, man, this is making me want to go back and watch some of the series because it has a lot of really sweet, notable characters, as well as skins, which is really cool.
I want to read the comic books. I know Boom, I think, is who publishes them.
Yeah, that's their publisher.
They've been getting some very well-liked comic books in the past few years.
I think that's how they got some of this story. They took some of the comic book and put it into a video game, and it's sweet. I can't give it any more high praise. But granted, it's been a long time since I've stayed up till 3 or 4 a.m. playing a video game, so that's saying something.
What'd you play it with?
I played it with an Xbox controller.
You didn't use your fight stick?
I haven't. No, it was. Before I'd play, as I was downloading it, I was doing some TCG projects for different games and stuff, and so I kind of had piles of cards, kind of everywhere.
Right.
So it was easier to use my Xbox controller than it was to use the fight stick. But I think I'm going to drag the fight stick out and try it with that. Man, I'm getting a knot in my shoulder right now. It is very painful.
Apparently the newest iteration of Power Rangers is Power Rangers Beast Wars.
Whoa. That sounds cool.
It came out in 2019.
Huh. Okay. Because there's only one Power Ranger in there that I don't know who it is, and he looks like yes, they're living organisms, but his suit looks like it's alive. So it's really cool.
I think the last Power Rangers I watched was probably
Mystic Force, Ninja Force.
Oh no.
Dino Force?
No.
That one was really good.
No. I'm talking like
The Shinobi one?
No. I don't even know the name of it.
SPD?
No. Why do you know all these?
Zero?
I don't know. No.
Lightspeed Rescue.
Yes. Like 1999 or something.
Okay.
I think that was the last. Hold on, I'm actually curious. I'm gonna look up a list. I'm gonna regret this. List of Power Rangers TV shows.
I love Power Rangers.
It's so corny.
It is really corny, but I really enjoy it. And from what I've tell, the story is pretty awesome on this game. I just got to Act 2 before we started recording this episode. So, you're lucky I'm here.
I'm lucky you're here.
I'm lucky. Dude, I'm telling you, that story, it grabbed me. I need to find out what happens.
Television series. How long is it? I wonder how long the story is. Okay, so we got... What the heck?
You're going down a deep, dark hole.
Power Rangers Zero.
Oh, okay.
Wait, Power Rangers Zero came out in 1996?
Mm-hmm.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah.
Power Rangers in Space came out in 98.
Mm-hmm.
Power Rangers... I don't recognize that. I think the last one I watched... Wait. Oh my gosh. Power Rangers Ninja Storm came out in 2003.
Yeah.
I thought that came out in like 2012.
Oh my gosh. No, man. No. Ninja Storm was good. I liked that one. Mystic Force was good. And so was Dino Forces. I think that's the one it's called. I liked that one a lot.
Yeah, the last one I watched was in 1998.
Oh. Which one was that?
Why are you saying all?
I mean,
I don't... It was, were you saying Zero or Zero?
Zeo.
Yeah, I've still never heard of that. I think Power Rangers in Space, no, wait, I'm sorry, not in Space. Lightspeed Rescue, I think, was the last one I watched.
That's what I was
saying.
saying.
That was in 2000.
Okay.
That sounds about right.
If you would like to start a Power Rangers podcast with me, reach out to me on Twitter @Aswaylock.
I thought you were asking me.
God,
you're
no.
asking. I do not know anything about this.
No.
It's been 20 years since I've seen this show.
That's the best time to start it.
I started watching. Maybe we should start one.
Please.
I watched the. Crap! I can't think of which one it was. One of the movies. One that had Ivan Ooze. I don't know.
You talking about the original Ivan Ooze movie?
It's so bad.
Where he gives out all the purple ooze to the construction workers.
I watched this like 2 or 3 years ago. It's so bad.
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
It's unbelievably
It
bad.
is so bad.
But the same night, I watched. Listen, I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty drunk. I watched
The Teletubbies movie?
the what?
Teletubbies movie?
No, I wasn't that drunk. I wasn't passed out. I cannot think of them. The Three Ninjas.
Knuckle Up.
Sure, the one where they're at the amusement park.
I think that's Three Ninjas Knuckle Up.
That is an abortion of a movie.
Oh, they're not
One of
good.
the worst movies I've ever seen.
They're not good.
And I was drunk. That's how bad this movie was.
I liked those
I
movies.
thought Suicide Squad was bad.
Dude, man. If you've seen Three Ninjas Knuckle Up.
Is that what it's called? I thought it was called like Fight on Thunder Mountain or something.
Three Ninjas is the three brothers, and there's 3 movies that go along with it. Yeah. So
I've only seen that one. It's their hair. Oh my! Look up their hair.
dude, I want to rewatch these so bad. I might buy these on Amazon.
Don't buy it, please. It's so bad.
Well, where am I going to stream them?
Just don't watch them. They're awful.
I need to rewatch them, just like I need to rewatch Brink and Smart House and Xenon.
Some of those, okay, they must be infinitely better than Three Ninjas in Disney World.
On Thunder Mountain, yeah.
Hulk Hogan is in this movie somehow.
Yeah.
That man does not care.
No.
He just like, pay me my money. Hulk Hogan was the Shaq of 1996.
But yes, if you're a fighting game fan and want something that give you some sparks and sprinkles in your life, try out
Sparks and sprinkles.
Power Rangers.
I can't tell you what that means.
Try out Power Rangers Battle for the Grid.
Now, I know what MHW is. So I'm assuming that it's Monster Hunter World.
It is Monster Hunter World. I got so tilted.
He got so frustrated. So Jordan bought me Monster Hunter World for my birthday, so thank you for that. So obviously we went to play, and that it's so hard to get into the multiplayer.
From what I've heard from my Monster Hunter, which apparently...
I thought you were going to say from my mom, by the way. From what I've heard from my mom, you just got to get into Iceborne.
I have heard the Iceborne multiplayer functions are easier, but from
Wait,
what
have
I've
you
heard
that?
from...
Is it not the same?
I don't know.
Okay.
From what I've heard from my Monster Hunter friends that are elitist, because apparently I have a lot of them, and apparently people just watch me on Discord, because I got multiple messages on multiple different things. Hey man, you want to play Monster Hunter with me? I see you're playing Monster Hunter. Oh, you just start? Have you secretly been playing Monster Hunter? And I was like, no, I literally just downloaded it today. I haven't been secretly playing Monster Hunter. I'm still trying to figure out what weapon I want, yada yada. So of course, all my friends that are Gucci gamers started oversharing information and just kind of fire hosed me with a bunch of information. But all in all, what I gathered from all the messages and such I received is, if you can get past how shite the multiplayer is, the game is awesome.
It's awful. So we ended up doing one multiplayer thing together, and from what I could tell, after you do a mission and you leave the mission area, it kicks you out of multiplayer.
Yeah. So as y'all know from my gaming history, I'm a big multiplayer fan. I love MMOs. I love MMO lights, MMORPGs. I love playing games with my friends. And even in a system that is difficult, like Revelation Online, it was still easy enough to play with your friends. This is the most absurd, stupid, stinky, disgusting multiplayer options I've ever seen in my gosh darn life. It is... I'm getting tilted just thinking about it. It was so difficult.
We literally couldn't figure it out.
It was so annoying.
Can you even play multiplayer in Expeditions?
No.
And then some people suggested to send up a flare, which is stupid because you have to go into the mission first.
Yeah, you both have to go into the mission.
Wait, what?
So to do a normal mission, this is how it was explained to me. And my Monster Hunter friends, if you're listening to this and I explained this wrong, send me another message in Discord and maybe we can figure this damn thing out. Okay, so the way it was explained to me is you both jump into the mission. You have to get to the part of the mission where there is a cutscene. Then once you both have watched the cutscene, one of you can go back to town and then join the other person's mission. And that's how you do multiplayer. But there's no we both have this same quest. We're gonna queue up together and be put in each other's party, sort of a thing. It's this long drawn out step for everything.
That's like Nintendo levels of asinine.
I think it's beyond that, man. It was, when I tell you, I was frustrated because the game looks awesome. It felt awesome. I wanted to dive in and kill some baddies with Ryan. And damn it, I couldn't because the stupid multiplayer.
I was trying to use my big freaking what did I have?
You're currently using the metal bagpipes.
Yeah, so I have a bagpipe, which is really cool. It when you use it, it plays music that buffs your stats
or debuffs. You can debuff the monster.
Well, yeah, it provides status effects basically.
Yeah,
but I mean, I don't really want to play the game by myself.
So I'm gonna have to dive back into YouTube or ask my Monster Hunter elitist.
It's so stupid.
And see if there's an easier way or something, because I was triggered to the point of I almost hit refund on Steam, and I've only done that on one other game.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but I think we played longer than the refund.
Yeah,
I think it's 2 hours. we played longer than 2 hours.
It took us an hour to figure out the whole multiplayer stuff.
That's the plan.
So
you can't refund it.
That's right. The other thing I've been playing this week that came out, it was a busy week for games for me.
Are all these games multiplayer?
Yeah, actually.
I forgot what the first game was. Power Rangers.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of multiplayer. You can play it with a friend or...
Well, it's a fighting game. I'm pretty sure it's...
Oh, we could play together, I bet. You could hook up your fight stick or Xbox controller to my computer and we can play.
No, I don't want to do that. That sounds awful.
I mean, I figured your answer would be no, but I just wanted to invite you on the podcast, and maybe you would have said yes.
Playing fighting game? No, that sounds awful. Thanks for the invite. But
Tim.
Pokemon MMO.
This game is intense and rich, and you actually have to pay attention. It's not just click, 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 attack. Also, I could not tell you any of these Tim's names.
No, the design seems to be the worst part.
I like their designs.
Really? I think they look kind of bad.
That's just me. There's a lot of players on the first day that I was playing. I think it was like $24 or something like that.
I think it was 35.
Something like that. I can't remember. But I bought it, and I picked the Tim that I think it was a gravity Tim. It uses gravity. Or psych, I can't remember. Something.
I like all the kind of get arounds that they have to use. Instead of trainer or something, they'll use another word like Pokemon teacher or something.
Yeah, it is hilarious. I'm really, as much as I love the game from what I've played, I haven't even made it to the first island or gym or what have you, whatever it's called. But I honestly think that Pokemon Company might start coming around swinging the hammer pretty soon.
I mean, I haven't played it, but it definitely has some very, very... I think it might skirt the line some. I've heard, though, that they're having some server issues.
Yeah, in the first, I think, 48 hours or something, they restarted the server, I don't know, 5-8 times maybe.
And then they had some updates the first day, didn't they?
Yeah, which is really cool. They're definitely listening to the players of, hey, this is broken, yada, yada. I will say that my rival is kind of a dick because he has what they call a digital Tim, which is, I think, a joke leaning towards Digimon, but it one-shot my Tim. Like, one move, just dead. And
why does that make him a dick? Maybe he's just better than you.
I mean, maybe, but also the professor, or whatever he's called in this game, is he was like, oh, I forgot, I don't even know my rival's name.
You suck.
Well, kinda. He was just like, oh, you only won because you got that mega powerful digital Tim. That's why I'm not giving you a Tim. And this guy's getting a Tim for me because you already got that super busted one. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Thanks, man. And then the last game I've been playing is Runeterra.
I did the same. Did you get it earlier, a day earlier?
I did, yeah. We both got it a day early because we pre-registered for it.
What did you think about it?
It's growing on me. Once you helped me remember that Artifact is a back and forth system as well. I didn't hate the game as much because it was kind of annoying to do an action, your opponent does an action, then you do an action. It's kind of back and forth, to and fro, kind of a dance.
Also, Artifact is a dead game.
Yeah, man, I hope Valve revives it this year. I really do.
Yeah, did they come out in 2018? It did, didn't it?
Oh, crap, it did.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe they're just... No, Valve, from what you said, Valve, you reminded me, Valve loves telling us they aren't going to do something, so...
Yeah, they've repeatedly told us that they're not going to do Dead or Alive 4 or 3. Is it 3? Dead or Alive 3. You know, they're not going to do Portal 3. So I think if they weren't going to update this game, they would just say it.
That's true. I really hope that Valve revives that game this year. But I really have been enjoying the way Runeterra looks. I'm not a huge League of Legends fan. I've always liked the character design. I'm not a big MOBA person. But
I'm legitimately scared of them.
Yeah, I just don't understand. I tried doing my best and having a second monitor with the build and watching YouTube videos, and then I accidentally go middle lane. I'm supposed to be a jungler, and I don't understand if somebody tells me to kill myself, and I uninstall the game.
Oh, I think I played one game of League. And when I say played one game, being very generous, because I fired up the League, somebody called DPS. I panicked, and I exited the game.
Yeah, this Runeterra is definitely... I feel like they're going in a good direction so far. Granted, it's only been out a week, so I can't really judge it.
If that. Because I think it came out... I mean, it's only in beta, right?
Yeah, I do believe.
And it came out in beta the 24th officially. So it hasn't even been out a week.
So I definitely am going to put it in my rotation. Y'all know me. I love card games. I played a lot of Shadowverse this week, too. Just kind of jumping back into that because I guess they're doing another event or something, and... I don't know. I built a pro deck in that. Like damage yourself and do damage to someone. But anyway, back to...
Have you been doing any of that in Runeterra, trying to build meta decks? I don't have that many...
I don't either.
I don't have that much stuff to build with.
Yeah, my card pool is pretty small. I bought the little starter pack or whatever. And I enjoyed that. But
like $5, right?
Yeah, something like that. I still don't understand exactly the what's what. I think once my brain clicks with this type of class plays like this, then it would kind of make sense. I did try one of the decks it gives you or something with the warriors. I liked that deck because you'd play a card and it would buff the cards on top of your deck, like the top 3 cards.
Oh, you're talking like the little sparrow that gives your top card +1/+1?
Yeah, I couldn't tell. I guess the easiest way to explain it would be if you were playing white and Magic, you would just buff your dudes. So I liked playing that. And the steampunk tinkerer, like artifact dudes that use robots, those are kind of cool.
Did you play any of the Expedition? I think it's called Expedition, where it lets you kind of... It's a draft. It's a draft.
Okay.
I think I watched some Twitch on it. I think you can do it twice a week, and then depending on how well you do, you always get cards. But the better you do, the more cards and I guess better cards you get, quote unquote better. I don't know how they determine what's good.
Okay.
I'm sure they know it's good. As for the decks, I was enjoying or trying to build and enjoy because like I said, I don't have that many cards. I like the Jinx deck, which you want to basically empty your hand, because when you empty your hand, it lets your Jinx basically level up, which gives you she gets extra cards, not extra cards, extra life and extra attack. And when you draw, I think when you do that, you get to draw a card. And then every time, for the first time that you empty your hand, you get a card. It gives you a card that does 1 damage to every one of their creatures and 4 damage to their nexus.
Oh, wow. That's pretty good.
Yeah, so you can get, hopefully you want to, once you get your Jinx out, empty your hand every turn and get that.
Okay.
And then do 1 damage and 4 every turn. And then I also like the, what's that little dude's name?
Teemo.
Yes, Teemo deck.
I played against one of those, and I didn't read the card. I didn't read its last word ability or ruined ability, whatever you want to call it. Its ability when it dies. And when I killed it, it summoned another one, and it buffed it. and then it buffed its other Teemos, and so it was he just had a board of Teemos, and I was just thinking, damn.
I don't think I've seen that version of the deck. All the ones I've seen, and when I was trying to build, there's a bunch of cards in the game that let you get mushrooms, and then when you play the mushroom, it puts one into your opponent's deck, kind of like the Parasite card from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, yeah.
And every time they draw one, it does a damage directly to their Nexus.
Oh, yeah, I read that card, and I was like, that's cool. I'm going to have to build something like that, because I love little, not trinkets, but I guess mechanics.
Yeah, it's really cool. There's one card that puts like 5 in their deck, and there's one card puts 3. I think one time I was playing my opponent, and I had 4. They had one. They were playing a Teemo, and I had 40 freaking mushrooms in my deck. I think I only had 13 cards in my deck.
Wow.
Yeah, so
that is intense.
I drew like 15 mushrooms and just lost.
All in all, I will say that I'm excited that this game is out. I know I was not really hyping it, but I was excited to try a new digital card game.
I think that this has potential to rival the biggest, I should say, not necessarily the best, depending on who you are, but like Hearthstone, because it is Riot Games. Hopefully this will incentivize maybe Valve to do something with Artifact, but either way, I think that this game does have a lot of potential.
I 100% agree. I'm right there with Ryan. I really want Valve to do something with Artifact so bad, mostly because it's really nice to be able to get on there and have the entire card pool.
But besides that, honestly, I was kind of the opposite of Jordan. I didn't play a whole lot of multiplayer games. I played Neo, picked that back up. I think I started playing that years ago when it first came out, but kind of just put it down. I got to like the 3rd or 4th boss. Man, she's like this vampire lady. She's very, very difficult. She's super fast. Her attacks have a very large radius. She just stays on you. So you basically just have to dodge her, get a couple hits in, and just keep doing that and doing that. I will admit, it felt, I mean, I knew it was going to feel good because it always feels good when you beat a hard boss in these types of games. But man, it felt great. I kind of felt I was in a groove. I figured out her moves. I had planned my path accordingly. And my hands, I got her like 3/4 of the way down. My hands were literally shaking because I think I died to her 20 times probably. And this was the second real boss of the game. You fight this executioner guy at the very beginning, but he's not. He's kind of a joke. She was not a joke at all. But I stuck to it, and it felt great to beat her.
That's awesome.
And now I'm on the next boss, and he's this big cat that shoots lightning, and I died immediately when I walked into the arena. Pretty much.
He just shot lightning out of his mouth like.
Pretty much. Well, I didn't see where the lightning came from. I just was running away, and it hit me.
Came out of his butt.
It could have very well.
Okay.
I started Control, but barely. I really, really like the game, but just right out of the gate, basically.
Okay.
I think it's very pretty. I think the controls feel good, and I think the world is super interesting. That janitor dude is definitely going to come back somehow. I don't know how.
No spoilers, just a side thought. I also jumped back into the world of Control today, actually. I played some of it this morning. Man, it took me a little bit to remember the controls. I did have to pull up the control list and kind of look at it and be like, all right, this does this, that does this.
Are you playing on controller or are you playing on...
I'm playing with my mouse and keyboard.
Okay, I switched to controller.
Okay.
It doesn't feel... Like, I love FPSs on mouse and keyboard, but it feels a little bit more like an action game to me.
I put everything I needed to really do on my mouse, so I really just need to use WSAD to move around, so most of my stuff's on my mouse. Just for
But you were playing Monster Hunter on mouse and keyboard,
mm-hmm.
which boggles my mind.
It makes sense.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody play an action game on mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, sometimes it just clicks with me, man. I really am just comfortable on mouse and keyboard.
I also, I guess finally, the last game on my list here, I picked this up over the Christmas break for the Switch. I think it's the only console it's on. It's River City Girls. It's kind of like the old school River City games, River City Rampage. and I really, really enjoy it. I think it has so much style, similar to like a Cuphead or a Persona 5.
It is
Yeah, it's
beautiful.
so great. It's got great, awesome, action-packed music. It's super like cute and funny. The voice acting is really, really good, which is I won't say surprising, but a lot of the voice acting is done by YouTubers. I think Jacksepticeye does some of it, and I recognize some of the other voices, but I can't place where they're from. So a lot of these aren't really professional voice actors. So bravo to them for doing such a good job.
Yeah, I was blown away. I walked in and was watching Ryan play a little bit of it, and I was like, "Wow, this game is beautiful. The music's sweet, and the combat is adorable. Even though they're beating the living hell out of each other."
I like there's like a rock anthem type song when the game opens every time. I can't get enough of it. I've played it several times. I've opened the game several times just to hear that song.
That's
It's
awesome.
great.
And there's dabbing.
And there's what? Oh yeah, you can dab and it does damage. It's hilarious.
It is hilarious.
Let's move on though. Let's move on. That's enough of what we've been playing. This first thing I have written on here is Overwatch update.
Educate me.
What?
Educate me, because you know I'm
Oh,
not.
educate. I think you said HKB.
Educate me, boy. I'm not in this Overwatch universe no
This
more.
isn't anything, because we don't know yet what it's gonna be. Sometime this week, Overwatch is gonna release an update video describing some things they want to do in the future. I don't know when, but they're supposed to help out with a lot of the problems that are in the game right now. So just keep an eye for that. We'll probably talk about that on next week's episode, but I did want to mention it. I know some people have been speculating that they're going to have a ban system. I wish they would do that. I wish they would let you ban heroes, but they have come out and said that they're not interested in doing that, at least not right now, which disappoints me. And I know it disappoints a lot of people, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm sure they definitely need to make some changes to keep the ship moving along.
They've mentioned something like a 3 DPS, 1 tank, 2 healer thing that they might implement, but I really don't want that. I think that's a bad idea. Okay, so let's try this again. We've recorded this like 3 times, and quite honestly, Audacity is a flaming pile of shit. So hopefully this does not delete itself again. Now, what I was trying to say is that we just got the 2-2-2 meta in Overwatch, where Blizzard basically forces 2 tanks, 2 damage dealers, and 2 healers in every single game. Last September, or it might have been earlier than that. And I don't want it to go back. I don't want it to go to less than 1 tank. As someone who likes to play tank sometimes, that sounds awful. That sounds terrible. So, while I'm interested in what they have to say sometime this week, I do not want that to be it. No, let's move on from this damn Overwatch stuff to Blair Witch.
Yeah, so Blair Witch.
Holy shit, it didn't record any of that Blair Witch stuff.
No.
I hate Audacity.
We will happily be moving on from Audacity. But this thing
I
shortens.
deleted this freaking story.
I got it up. It's easy. Bloomer Team, the people that made.
Bloomer? I thought it was Blooper.
Yeah, I said
Is
it
it
wrong.
blooper, blopper?
Yeah.
Blopper.
There you go. The people that
Blop it.
made the
Blop it.
Blair Witch game, they tweeted out a tweet with a bunch of gobbledygook on it. #cyberpunk had a 30-second trailer on it. Some people are saying that this might be a sequel to the 2017 Observer that they did. Then
I think I have this on Twitch. I think
so
maybe
too.
they gave it for free on Twitch Prime.
Who knows? But someone did tweet them, and all they responded with was "good hacks!" ! Smiley face. So maybe we are getting a sequel
Maybe
to that game.
they hacked the puzzle. That's what it is.
There you go. This looks cool though. As y'all know, I enjoy the cyberpunk-esque genre, and I just wanted to throw this in there because I know
It's a sequel to Cyberpunk 2077. It's not a sequel to Observer.
that's right. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, you talking about Ninja?
Hell yeah, I am.
Yeah. So if you don't know, you probably do. If you keep up with video game news, mid last year, maybe summer or so, Ninja moved from Twitch over to Mixer, and many people were reporting or speculating that he might have even got millions of dollars to do it. Well, according to CNN, it seems like it might have been a little bit more than $1 million. In fact, they're saying that it might have been between $20 and $30 million, according to Justin Warden, the CEO of marketing and talent management company Adder. I don't know. They're saying that they have inside knowledge on this or something, at least according to CNN. Holy crap, that's way more money than I thought. I was thinking maybe $10 million at the most.
There's no way he could. Who could say no? Hell
No, no one in the right mind.
Hell yeah, I'm moving the mixer.
Sorry, fam, I'm gone.
No questions asked. This trailer for Persona 5 on this webpage started autoplaying, and it really scared me. It kind of freaked me out a little bit. But the colorfulness of the Persona 5 trailer made me remember that Ninja now has his own Fortnite skin.
That reminds you of that?
Yes, it was the bright colors and the flashiness, and that made me think of Ninja's hair and how Ninja has colorful Rainbow Dash looking hair, and he has his own Fortnite skin.
I'm surprised he hasn't got one already.
Exactly. I'm really surprised it took that long.
I feel like I remember him saying that they would never do that.
Yeah. Why hasn't he got his own Red Bull flavor yet?
That's a good question. He's sponsored by Red Bull, isn't he?
Yeah, and I think Reese's and some other stuff. I don't know.
I love Reese's.
I might be
wrong.
wrong.
Holy crap, I'd be sponsored by Reese's. Holy crap, I would get diabetes in like a year.
That I could not be sponsored by an energy drink company. I would die. That's so much energy.
I would, but good for Ninja. Good for him. Let him get his.
Oh yeah, get that money, boy. Why not?
The Witcher anime.
I haven't even watched the live action yet, but you know me, I do love some anime.
This is literally like nothing. We just know that it seems to be coming. According to Engadget, there is no mention of a release date or casting. We just know that it has been confirmed. Netflix confirmed that it's gonna happen.
Oh, and the studio behind Legend of Korra is doing it.
Yeah,
that's
I
awesome.
saw that.
I do love Legend of Korra.
I've never seen it.
You probably wouldn't like it.
I mean, I liked Avatar.
Yeah, but a lot of people hate Legend of Korra. I loved it though. I really enjoyed it. I love the Avatar universe, both the Airbenders and the Blue People.
It's gonna be called The Witcher: Nightmare of the Wolf.
Oh, that sounds cool.
We don't know anything else about it.
That's anime enough for me, man. That's anime enough for me.
I mean, they did so well on the last one. They did so well on Castlevania, which is getting a new season, I think, pretty soon.
Yes, hopefully it will have 1 or 2 more episodes than the last season did, and maybe they'll even be a couple minutes longer. That's wishful thinking, though. I mean, they did a pretty damn good job with what they've...
How long were they?
Dude, I can't remember. We did a Castlevania episode, so I really can't remember. But I know they were enjoyable.
Yeah, I loved it. It's so beautiful. The fight scenes are awesome. Yeah. Voice acting is great.
It is. Man, that team did a great job.
One of my favorite animes, maybe of all time.
I would happily watch that team. Just the animation team.
Is it animes or anime?
The plural of anime is anime.
So animes?
You can say whatever you want, man.
Yes.
Freedom of speech. So at the top of the show, I told everyone about TikTok is apparently going to be making video games.
I almost wrote wrote notes about this, like a full-fledged story thing. I couldn't bring myself to do it.
Thank you for not sinking into that deep hole of madness.
Yeah, apparently TikTok is owned by a company called BitDance.
Okay. I didn't come in because I was thinking about how this is going to be controversial.
Uh-oh.
I saw on Facebook, yes, I'm on Facebook. So my mom sent me this article about how TikTok is a cesspool of pedophiles. She's like, don't you be making no damn TikToks. I was like, Mom, you do not have to. I would become an alcoholic before I got on TikTok.
I don't think you realize if I'm involved in a pedophile scandal, it's not because I'm being peddled.
I saw that article. I didn't even have to open it up. It just made me laugh.
God knows who it was by.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeff on Medium
It was probably from .biz.co.org website.
It was your mom's blog. Well, this is from Bloomberg. They're saying that it's going to be a full-fledged gaming division that will create, quote, hardcore or non-casual games. Oh, my. It's just in its, quote, embryonic stage. Okay, I guess.
I don't care.
They're a big company. Maybe they could make some waves. That's such a left turn, such a sidestep.
So this makes me think of Bushiroad, this Weeaboo card game company that I play games of. They recently came out last month with 2 random ass
mobile games.
Games. One I think is just where you make a whale jump.
That sounds awful.
I'm not sure. I might be completely
I
lying.
remember you telling me about this, but I thought it was longer ago than last month.
It might have been Thanksgiving time. But yeah, that TikTok making games made me think of Bushiroad making mobile games. Sometimes people just need to stay in their lane.
They do. Sometimes they do. I could definitely see them just throwing a bunch of money at this and then just failing. Much like Google Stadia. I mean, Google Stadia definitely hasn't failed already.
I mean, every year has to have an Ouya, right?
No, there will never be another Ouya.
Why did I put money into that? It's my biggest regret.
I could have saved that child, but no, Ouya is my biggest regret.
But I say no when people ask if I want to donate to State Farm or Blue Cross or Red
State
Shield.
Farm? You're naming insurance companies.
You know what I mean. I could have given money to charity, but I bought a fucking Ouya instead. I'm a monster.
That's hilarious. Okay. Oh, God, I'm dying. The new games that came out this week.
Kentucky Route Zero TV.
Yeah, so this is a series that has been on PC for a while. I believe they finally finished the series. I think it's like an episodic type game. And they're putting it on PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. It's out now, I think.
Mm-hmm. Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire Ultimate Edition is available now for PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, this is the same way. It was on PC, and they're putting it on consoles now. Also, Journey to the Savage Planet is out now for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. No Switch. Wow.
I watched a review of that, and I really like how the game introduces you to the title of the game. It's really cool. You turn around a corner, and it's just like, boom. Really cool. Like, floor to horizon title. It's really interesting. Probably not going to play it. But Warcraft 3 Reforged is out now on PC.
Is that a re-release of some sort like they did with Vanilla WoW?
Mm-hmm. I do believe you can get this on the Bethesda client. No, sorry. The Battle.net client.
Zombie Army 4, because God knows we don't have enough zombie games, is out on February the 4th for PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
Now, I know the critically acclaimed World War Z was highly favored in the gamer community.
People actually weirdly apparently like that game a lot, and it sold decently well, I think.
But from what I saw of the screenshots of this game, don't buy it. It looks like trash.
I actually kind of wanted to play World War Z because they have a really, really cool looking horde mode.
Ooh, I do like horde modes.
Yeah.
One
Then
day.
finally, the game that Jordan forgot to date, Patapon 2 Remastered, is coming out on January the 30th for PS4.
But when are we going to get a remake of Mega Man Battle Network or a remake of Golden Sun? Nintendo, Reggie Fils-Aimé. That's all I want.
Reggie Fils-Aimé? The man who retired and doesn't work at Nintendo anymore?
Yeah, I've been sending him letters every day. And now they're getting it sent back to me.
Right now he's doing his own podcast talking about some weird dude sending him messages online about remakes of games that aren't Nintendo games.
That's right. It's like, hey Reggie, can you do a collection of Battle Network games? And if you got some extra money to throw around, can you do Golden Sun too? Please and thank you. Here's $10.
Golden Sun Capcom as well?
Mm-hmm. I think so. Don't quote me on that.
I'm going to quote you on that. When
Damn
you come and ask me.
Yeah, you can quote me on that.
Fans of horror games and the 3 fans of Konami alike will be excited to hear Silent Hill may be coming back. According to Twitter user Aesthetic Gamer, who previously leaked things from the Resident Evil franchise, Konami is making not 1, but 2 Silent Hill games. That's right. He said, and this is a really long quote. Quote, in other news, while I'm dropping this stuff, and I think I could talk about this, I'll mention there is a couple new Silent Hill games in the works. Konami, about 2 years ago, reached out to various developers to pitch ideas for 2 Silent Hill games. One, a soft reboot of the franchise. The other, an episodic Telltale/Until Dawn style game to go alongside the reboot. I don't know anything more than that, though. But I sure do hope Konami's given it the appropriate budget and found the right developer to make those games succeed. This is just a guess, but I'd say there's a high chance one or both of those titles may be revealed this year, but we'll see. I don't actually know their plans or anything about these games other than their existence, though. I don't know much about their inner workings of Konami, end quote. Also, according to website Eurogamer, a Konami spokesperson released the following statement, quote, we cannot share anything at this point, but we are listening to customer feedback and considering ways to provide the next title, end quote.
I'm not a huge Silent Hill fan, but something about these games has made me think every time I see fog, fuck.
Wait, why?
Because Silent Hill games...
It's very foggy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really foggy. So every time I see really thick, mega, crazy, dark fog, I'm just like, damn.
I'm just thinking, I hope I don't hit somebody.
Oh, no, this is just if I'm walking. Like if I'm out in the world and I'm not in a mode of transportation, if I'm just walking around and there's fog, I'm thinking, man, some stuff's about to go down.
I don't know if I've ever walked in fog.
Yeah, it's kind of really peaceful, but also creepy.
I'm way more scared when I'm driving down the highway at 70 miles an hour and fog is there.
The coolest/craziest thing is when you're driving and it's just no fog, and then the fog slowly rolls into the road, and it's kind of cool, but it's also creepy. So
I'm not really creeped out by fog.
I think it just might be me watching some streamers I like play Silent Hill off and on.
I've never had any kind of interaction with Silent Hill at all. I mean, I didn't play Resident Evil until several years ago, so...
I don't think I've played any of the Silent Hills, really. I've watched some people play them, but it's really not my cup of tea when it comes to games. It's not for me. I did enjoy playing PT. I know that's not the same thing, but...
I mean, PT was Silent Hill.
I guess that's true. Yeah, so I liked playing PT, but everything else, not really for me. But, moving on to our final little ditty-daddle. The world's biggest video game.
I'm not sure if you know what a ditty is.
I also don't know what pitter-patter means, but we're working on my vocabulary behind the scenes. It'll be better in 2021. The world's biggest video game sharing site is taking a swipe at the biggest live streaming one. Man, I just had an aneurysm. Google's YouTube will be the exclusive streaming partner for all of Activision's esports leagues, including, but not limited to, massive games such as Call of Duty, Overwatch, and Hearthstone.
Thank you for not saying Hearthstone.
That is Hearthstone.
Yes, it's Hearthstone. Definitely not Hearthstone.
Hearthstone? Wow. All right. Activision YouTube, baby. You go, girl.
Yeah, this is pretty big news because if you don't know, Twitch was the exclusive partner of Overwatch League, and that's changing. I guess that's changing. The new season is coming up in just a few days, and I guess I'm going to have to go watch it on YouTube if I want to catch it.
I guess so. When we heard about the new teams for Overwatch League, I think I remember me being pretty gung-ho about supporting one of our local teams that's in our general geographical area.
When was this? You talking about last year?
Yeah, whenever they got the new teams announced, because Florida Mayhem, the team that I was supporting, pretty much got gutted and disbanded.
Well, they were
terrible.
They were awful. They were horrifically bad.
I know.
Not as bad as the Chinese team, but
Shanghai Dragons.
They were awful.
Yeah, I just liked their I like their style. I like the players, and so I was like, all right, Florida's been disbanded or whatever, yada yada. So I
fired.
Figured, yeah,
because they were dog shit.
Yep. Yeah. So I thought, okay, I'm going to support this other team in my geographical area. And I still didn't because I just stopped caring about Overwatch. So
We got so stale because there's double shields everywhere. And then you had Doomfist in every game. It just got kind of boring, at least for me. And this doesn't really make me want to watch anymore. I like watching on Twitch. I don't really want to have to fill up my YouTube timeline with these individual games that I want to watch. So, yay, I guess I'm going to have to go do that if I want to watch Overwatch League.
yeah, that that definitely sucks. That covers it for the news this week, though.
Not a whole lot.
Yeah, everything's still not chiming back in, but I guess
January is always slow for
yeah,
games.
firing back up for people getting off New Year's and stuff. We do have some deals for you though. It's going to be also the Steam sale's going on right now, as well as all the Half-Life games are going to be.
Wait, what's Steam sales going on?
The Lunar New Year
When
sale.
there's always Steam sales going on.
Sorry, it's the Chinese New Year.
I think it's the same thing.
Who knows? I don't know. I live in America.
Somebody probably knows, but
Probably. Check out Steam and probably all the other game stores as well. I'm sure they're doing some kind of Lunar Chinese Nihao Kailin sale. So check it out. Also going alongside with that Steam sale that's currently happening, you can play all the Half-Life games for free now through the end of March.
you're going to be able to save $5.
Yeah, there you go. They always bundle them together.
Valve wants to make sure that every single PC on the planet capable of running Half-Life does indeed have it.
There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody needs to play Half-Life. It teaches you the ways of the crowbar.
Let's move on. Let's move on to the final segment. Metacritic Madness, everybody. Spin that wheel. Okay, so this week's is going to be NBA 2K11. And obviously, many of you may know that Kobe Bryant tragically passed away this past week along with his daughter. I did not set this up in any way. Obviously, thoughts and prayers go out to his and his family. Before we get into this, what's assuredly going to be an insane review. Just wanted to toss that out there.
Ranked number 165th out of 300. NBA 2K11 for PS3, 360, PC, and that's it. It came out in 2010. The series has dominated the virtual hardwood for more than a decade, but the 2K11 edition is our favorite. A studio that continually explores innovation. In 2010, concepts introduced the Jordan Challenge, which put players in the shoes of the GOAT and dared them to match some of his most amazing career feats. Fans adored his historical presentation and situational commentary, and adding another must-play mode to the impressive suite of Hoops offerings.
All right, so enjoy this beautifully written review. DCD Gamer hit the nail right on the head in his/her review. DCD Gamer is another reviewer on Metacritic that did not enjoy this game. This game is ridiculously bad. The graphics are awesome, yes. But the owl and the slow gameplay is some of the worst I've seen in a basketball game. The reviews that gave it a perfect 100 score are on crack. LOL. Seriously, though. There was one game that online that I played with the Celtics. My opponent was pretty bad and left Ray Allen open every time. Well, I shot 10 open wide threes and missed every single one of them. And yes, I know his release point. 10 of them. I kept giving this game another chance after another chance, but it really got worse and worse. Whether if it's the 30 steals in one game or the tons of missed layups. It's just not realistic at all. The people giving this game the people giving this game a 2, that's TO, out of 10 or anything close to that are giving that score for one reason and one reason only. Michael Jordan. The real gamers and lovers of the game are going to wait for Elite to come out. Because this version of 2K is garbage. 0 out of 10. Boy, that aged well.
That guy was pissed.
Boy, man, I can't wait until NBA Elite 2021. I'm sure that's going to be all the rage.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. But that's it for the Metacritic Madness. Let's roll this on out. You can reach out to the show on Twitter at Wannabe Podcast. You want to reach out to Ryan, it's going to be at Ryan Divisions. You want to reach out to me, it's going to be at Aswaylock. You can subscribe and listen to the show anywhere you enjoy podcasts, that being Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify.
Unfortunately, like we said at the top of the show, we are having trouble with Pandora. Even though we were on their service for months, for some reason they felt it necessary to make our show unavailable to our listeners, of which there were many on Pandora. So if you have transitioned to another podcast account from Pandora, we thank you. If you know someone who listened to us on Pandora and are wondering where we went, you can tell them what happened. Hopefully we can get this resolved, but they're saying it might take a few weeks. We will keep you posted.
Yes. What else? Oh, we finally got our YouTube game back going. That's always good. And I think that's really it. Oh, Instagram. We have an Instagram at Wannabe Gaming on the IG if you want to follow us over there. And I do believe that's all. We'd really appreciate it if you take some time out of your day to leave us a review on iTunes, 5 stars, and then type whatever you want.
Also thank you to the Healy brothers, who are the people who make the music at the top and back of the show. And thank you to Alicia, who makes our logo.
And that's going to be the show for episode 94. Hope you all have a great week. That was our ice maker. Play on.